What's up, guys? So today I want to do an EDC update. It's been a while since I've done one of these videos. It is the end of March 2019. I'm actually going to do some bigger changes probably next month, so you can expect another one sometime in April. But if you're new to these videos, EDC stands for Everyday Carry, basically showing the stuff I carry every day. For me personally, it's constantly changing, things like the knives, other gear. It's usually being swapped out to try new ones. But anyway, getting right into it, some of the boring stuff that I've had forever, same old cell phone, Apple, iPhone, which I'm still an Apple fan. I know there's a lot of Android fans out there, and there's awesome phones. I talked to a lot of people. They show me their awesome Samsungs and stuff. So far, I like Apple, at least for cell phone anyway. Then the wallet, the same saddleback leather wallet I've had forever. I've heard these are discontinued. This is pretty much fully polished up from my butt. Putting this in and out of my pocket, you can see not only has it darkened completely. If I go back, to one of the really old EDC updates when I first got this, it was totally a different color, very, very light natural leather, but it's just been super polished just from use. But absolutely love this. It is chunky. I got lots of stuff in there, but you know me, I like carrying a lot of stuff, clearly, as you can see from the rest of the table. So the keys are pretty much the same as last time. I'll go through some of these things, but the only addition is the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle paracord lanyard, which is awesome. Got this from my buddy Corey. Bonus points for all the people who remember Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, if you could tell me which one this is with the red bandana. But anyway, little Olight flashlight on there. I still use this. This is one of my favorite additions to the keys, which will probably never leave the keys. I mean, things come and go, but I love this clip. I got this from CountyCom, but there's tons of different companies that are offering something very similar. But I basically just use this and loop it inside of my belt loop on my pants. All right, keeps the keys outside the pants. You do get that kind of jingle jangle going on there, but because I carry so much other stuff, it really frees up the pocket. All right, so very, very cool addition. But pretty much, I mean, I have a key to a lockbox in my car for when I travel. If I put my firearm in there or something, that's always a good thing. I have a handcuff key, which can be a little tricky. You have to, depending on where you live, this is not okay to have. But anyway, that is my my keys. So that should be pretty much some of the boring stuff. As far as neck knives go, I actually switched over to the Brian Evans Companion, but swapped back. This just seems to be, it's like a magnet. I have so many different neck knives, and I will do a neck knife collection update video to show you all those, because there's a ton of them. Expect that to be a very long video. So if you like it, there's a lot to watch. If you don't like it, I would just skip it. But anyway, I just keep gravitating back towards the cold steel. All right, this is the spike. There's many variants on this. I've done a video, I messed up the tip and then reprofiled it. It's just awesome. I just absolutely love this knife. I mean, it's so much knife. If you guys happen to see my recent unboxing video from my buddy Corey, he also sent me these two things. So I have a new watch. Don't know much about the watch other than it works. I like it. It's comfortable, pretty lightweight. And then of course the bracelet. I like this bracelet because it's a little bit unique. He put in a green ribbon. This is representing liver cancer. I actually learned a lot with the ribbons. I've always seen different ribbons. I didn't really know what the colors meant or anything like that. And it's actually pretty complicated because there's only so many colors, but there's a lot of different medical conditions and a lot of different types of cancer. So even some colors are used multiple times, depending on what month it is, it might represent something else, but it's fascinating. But I like representing. It's a comfortable paracord bracelet. I do have a ton of paracord bracelets. I haven't worn them in a long time. But I just started getting back into it because he sent me that one. So I'll probably rotate through and wear some other ones as well in the future. But anyway, thank you, Corey. Appreciate that. So this might seem a little redundant, but I have been carrying two flashlights lately. I always have my little Through Night Tie 5T in this pocket organizer, which I'll show you in a second. But I revisited this flashlight. You can see all the wear on this one. I've had this for years. I did a review a long time ago as well. This is just one of those few flashlights I just always loved. I love the fact that there's two different battery sources for this. This is the Streamlight ProTac 1L 1AA. And although you get more light with a CR123, I rock a single AA battery just because it's convenient. It's convenient, it's cheap. I have tons of them. But if I do want more light output, I could put the CR123 in here. So just a real simple UI on this light, just something I always loved. All right, so I went back to that. Going back to this pocket organizer, this is the Hitch Timber 2.0. I absolutely love this thing. This is getting there, like with the wallet, as far as, darkening out from natural oils from your hands, as well as just literally being polished. Every time you take it out of the pocket, it's rubbing and it's just polishing that finish. I just love the way it looks, but obviously it's very convenient. I always have a flashlight, a pen, and a lighter. So quick update on the lighter itself. This is a Vector Summit. When I first got this, I did a video on it, and I actually caught some flack from a bunch of people saying it's dumb, it's unnecessary to have this feature, it's eager to waste gas. It's not loose in the pocket, it is in here, and since I put it in there, I've never lost any gas. I did use this up where I needed to fill it. I find that I'm actually using the lighter more without even realizing I need the lighter. It's kind of like everything else. It's like a flashlight or a knife. If you've never carried a flashlight before, ever, you're like, I don't need a flashlight, I don't carry one. All of a sudden you carry it, and then you find all these different reasons why you need it. And then you ask yourself, what did I do before I carried it? Well, I don't know. But anyway, since carrying this lighter, I have used it on multiple occasions, lighting all kinds of stuff. Most recently, I had my great-great-uncle visit me, and it was awesome seeing him. I don't get to see him very often, and it was his birthday coming up, so we had a cake and everything. And guess what? No one had a lighter except for me, so it's just good to be prepared. But anyway, this has that fuel knob, so it's turned off right now. If you turn it up, the fuel goes on, you spark it, you have a nice jet flame, and then you can shut it off. But loose in the pocket, you might have issues with it accidentally turning on, but I never had plans on carrying it loose in the pocket. All right, so nothing accesses that. It doesn't, it's not going to accidentally waste fuel or anything. Of course, same flashlight, the Through Night Ti 5T. Love it, it's awesome. And then, of course, a Fisher Space Pen. Did swap out for the brass. All right, so if you guys remember, I used to have the chrome with that weird finish, and I got this one from Corey in a previous package, and my wife actually uses the other chrome one. She doesn't mind it, so they do get a lot of use. So yeah, but I mean, I'm a huge, huge advocate of these pocket organizers. If you're a gearhead and you like all this different types of gear, I mean, you could be, obviously the pen is the most obvious thing that this would hold, this little elastic piece, but who knows? There's a lot of gear out there. Maybe you could fit something else in there. The Fisher Space Pen, the Bullet, is just perfect for this, but I'm sure there's tons of other, smaller pens that would fit. And as far as these two pockets go, the sky's the limit. Whatever you can fit in there. Obviously, whatever you want to carry. I don't even use this back pocket. I do like the fact that this is conformed to these tools. If I put something in the back pocket, obviously the whole thing gets wider. I could use it, but I end up never touching that at all, and I just like it how it is. So pretty much a daily staple, even though things come and go like the knives and the flashlights and the watches and the gear and all that kind of stuff. This is in my pocket every single day. Every day, anytime you've ever would see me, you can ask me what I have on my EDC. In fact, I encourage it. If you happen to see me in public, hey, what do you got for your EDC? You're always going to see this. You're always going to see some kind of neck knife. You're always going to see some kind of firearm, and at least one knife, if not more. So moving on, I have a bandana, another staple that I've had for a long time now. Just a ton of uses for these things. But what this gets used mostly for is if I'm going to be coughing in public, or if I feel a sneeze coming on. I always keep this in my back left pocket because there's nothing there anyway. Just grab it real quick. It's just awesome for all kinds of stuff. But if I'm out and about, I'm being active and I'm sweating, I can actually use it as a bandana. This particular one, I don't really care. I have a bunch of different random designs. This one has some different animal prints and stuff for tracking. All right, so let's talk about these blades. I have the Benchmade Bugout. You guys will see a review on that soon. Lots of opinions on that. As well as this one. This is the Cold Steel Working Man. I've had this for a while. We'll also see a review soon on that. Although this one you won't see a review yet. This is the Lion Spy. This one's discontinued. I did a video showing and talking about this one. Got this in a trade. I have been carrying kind of on and off. That's why it's in this video, but I haven't used it nearly enough to do any kind of a review or anything. So this is what you've been staring at the whole time, right? At least if you watched the channel for a while, you'll notice that this is something that's new. Unless you follow me on Instagram, you probably saw it already. But this is a ATI branded 1911. It's a GI model. Pretty simple, pretty straightforward. No frills kind of 1911. I want to get one back in the collection. Now I have one. I only have it on the table here because I did carry it a couple times. Just have some Wolf ammo in here, full metal jacket. It's not something I'd rely my life on, even though I did a couple times. Long story short, just wanted to get one back in the collection, so I ended up trading for one. I didn't want to spend money on one, so I gave up some knives I like for a new gun that I really like. This thing is awesome. It is a super cheap gun. I want to say they sell for like 400 bucks brand new. I would highly, highly recommend it. It's made in the Philippines. It's very similar to the Rock Island Armory in that the tolerances are a little bit looser, but that makes it more reliable. Kind of like the same concept as an AK-47. You know, if you want those really tight, awesome tolerances you're going to get in a custom 1911, that's great and everything, but sometimes those get a little finicky. But it doesn't matter what brand it is, I would not rely my life on a 1911 all the time. That being said, I did carry this a couple times, and if something were to happen, that's the gun I had on me. So even though this was fun to carry a couple times, I mean, my go-to is the Glock. Besides carrying the Glock, which I'm carrying 99% of the time, occasionally when I need something a little bit lighter weight, I do carry the Kel-Tec, the P3AT. But just to change it up, I have the 1911 now. You know, before this, every now and again, I'd carry the Beretta. I have the M9. That's something a little bit different. And I also have the Taurus, the 357, the little snub nose that I have. But it's totally different. It's very, very different to carry those particular guns. And I have to be extra aware that I have those guns. If something were to actually happen where I needed my pistol, I'd have to remember that I don't have my Glock on me, which I'm used to having. So it gets a little tricky if you start swapping, you know, guns all the time. You want that muscle memory. You know, when you have these firearms and you do decide that you're going to carry for defense, it's important, in my opinion, to do a lot of, you know, dry firing, a lot of, you know, holstering and drawing your gun at home when it's cleared and safe, just so you're used to that. But you can get really used to one particular firearm, and if something happens, you know, in the chaos of everything, you might grab it thinking it's that one gun, but guess what? You have a different gun, and this gun has a safety, or this gun feels different, or whatever. So I try not to stray too far away from the Glock just because it is a go-to, but hey, once in a blue moon, just want something different. So again, I'm trying to, as I'm like out and about in public and doing things, I'm very aware that I have that different gun there, and it does function a little bit differently and that kind of stuff. But it's just for fun. This is mostly just for the collection because I love the history of the 1911 and I missed mine, so I traded for a new one. That's pretty much it. That has been the EDC as of late. Like I said, there's gonna be some more changes, so stay tuned. Sometime in April, you'll see another update. But I love hearing your comments and all the new gear you guys get. If you have new knives, let me know down in the comments, new firearms, flashlights, whatever. I love to hear like a go-to piece of gear that you keep revisiting. For example, this flashlight. You know, there's a flashlight I've had, I put away, I take back, I put away, I take back. I've gone through lots of other flashlights that I have and got rid of. But this is just one of those pieces of gear that I think I'll always have. I just really like it. You know, it's kind of like this Hitch and Timber. This is something I think I will just always have. You know, I don't foresee myself, you know, changing anytime soon and not wanting to carry this. I just love it. It's awesome, and it does get a lot of use. And I do get compliments on it, which is pretty cool as well. So once again, stay tuned. You will see a review on both these blades in the future. But for now, hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I will see you tomorrow with another video. Take care.